Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Officer 24/7. My name is Niharika Valia Bhatnagar, and I'm with you with the area of ABFM. I hope I'm audible as well as clearly visible, everyone. Kindly let me know about the same, and if these series are helping you out, then please go ahead and like these particular sessions and let me know about the doubts that you are having or anything that you would like to share regarding the classes. I'll be there in the comment section. So please let me know about the same. Acha, what are we going to do today? We're done with the module A, we're done with the module B. We're looking forward towards module C. So what is it about? So we're going to talk about other non-discounted valuation models. At this point of time in this series, we're talking about other non-discounted cash flow valuation models. Other discounted non-cash flow, non-DCF valuation models are basically those models which are linked with the areas of um, relative study of one particular valuation with another. We're talking about PE multiple, PS multiple, PB multiple, all those kind of models, but it doesn't use the time value of money in it because according to that, the time value of money is not something they're looking forward to because time value of money is already taken up by the discounted cash flow technique. So since it has been taken up by the discounted cash flow technique, then these models are somewhat different from that one. Acha, before I proceed further, I hope you would have seen our sale is live right now. So have you taken up the courses yet? And if you haven't, then why not? Okay, let me just show you before I proceed further because this is the opportunity which you should not let to go at all. Okay, so let's go ahead and find out. Okay, this is our website www.adda247.com. Go on to the area of JIB and CIB. Choose the particular exam. This is our CIB June 2024. As you can see at this point of time, CIB Mahapack 2.0 is having double validity. Not only double validity. Click on the area of this area. Click on the area of buy now. Use the code Y. Use the code Y541 and you will get this particular Mahapack. This is for 12 months and you're getting it for 6823.95. So if I talk about this amount of 6823.95 divided by 12 months, this is effectively 568 rupees. If I go for a Netflix, it would cost me around 649 for the multi-user and this would cost me around 568. So isn't it a better investment? You'll just be spending around 500, 600 rupees and you will be getting the entire CIB. When we talk about entire CIB, all the 5 optionals are included. You don't really have to choose between the one which you want to watch. Then at the same time, you have all the 4 compulsory subjects in it, the test series, and then we have all the ebooks. Then other than the ebooks, you also get other options as well. Live classes, recorded classes, both are available. Previous batches that have ended, any specific further batches that we are going to include further, they are also a part of it. Okay. Then what else do we have? All these things are already included. Other than these, you will also have the opportunity to look forward towards the era of these whatever we are coming up in the upcoming future regarding the CIB. For this entire 12 months, everything is opened up for you. If we, our mini marathons, our mega marathons, or maha marathons, whatever we are conducting, everything would be available. The revision module is all yours in terms of all the subjects, right? So if you're planning for this particular examination, then hurry up, you can get it at 79% discount. That means actually if you go for the app, you will get for 80%. Along with this 80% discount, you will get double validity on our Mahapack. This is less costly as compared to the pack that you will buy. If you buy the 4 subjects, it will cost you around 500, 5,000 something. It is around, I think, 5,000 something amount. And then we are paying another 1,800 rupees. And then we are getting it for 1 year. That is for 6 months. This is for 1 year. And at the same time, you're getting all the optionals as well. So if you really want to invest, you should invest yourself in terms of the Mahapack, not only in terms of money, because money is something that you will just pay once. But in the next 1 year, what you can do is, rather than in 1 year, I would just suggest you the examination is in June. So make sure that you are putting doing each and every thing in certain way that you are able to finish your syllabus before time and you're getting the time for revision, because the examination is now very extensive and sometimes two specific exams are happening parallelly, matlab back to back. So you should be having enough time where you can pursue further in a proper manner, right? So, chaliye, now we are done with this part. Let's move on and talk about our subject. Here comes the first question, everyone. According to the fundamental method, how should the optimal multiple be selected? In terms of the fundamental method, how can we choose the optimal method? By choosing the multiple with the lowest association as to the worth of the company, by choosing the multiple with the highest association with the worth of the company, by picking a random multiple, or by excluding all the multiples except one. I think when we are talking about a multiple to be chosen, you should always choose a multiple which is having B. By selecting the multiple with the highest association with the worth of the company. That has to be chosen. In the first edition of the security analysis by Benjamin Graham and David L. Dodd, which equity valuation method did they present as typical in 1934? 1934, which was the particular one which they gave? Is it enterprise valuation model and discounted cash flow, or price to earnings, PE ratio, or book value approach? In terms of security analysis, Benjamin Graham and David L. Dodd had given PE ratio. We've talked about PE ratio quite a few times now in the special class that I've taken. I talked about PE ratio a lot. There were multiple questions which related to this particular area because PE ratio is something you just cannot avoid. You did it. This ratio was also done in terms of a ratio analysis in terms of your JIB AFM, but this is again continued. So this is not something which is not helpful enough. It is something which um, it is a very good parameter to understand the organizations. The next point is what determines the value of the trademarks. What determines the value of the trademarks and then copyrights, licenses in context with the independent and cash flow generating intangible assets. Achha, everyone, it is a duration of the exclusivity. Then we have the physical characteristic of the assets, the number of competitors in the market, or the historical market trends. What's going to be the answer according to you? But I believe when is the time when I will be very renowned and I will be marking my presence in the market. For example, let me tell you a simple part of it. The simple part that I can tell you is, but in our specific area, there's a in northern India you will find only in specific areas. I would say it's a particular area in the northern India that's called Tri-City. That is in the Tri-City basically includes Chandigarh, Panchkula, and Haryana, and Mohali. These are three different areas which are related to Chandigarh itself as a UT, and then Mohali is a part of Punjab, and then Panchkula is a part of Haryana. So this is in the Tri-City area, and there's a specific brand which came up, and that the name of the brand is actually Uncle Jack's. That's basically a specific brand of food chain which started with a very different ideology. They started coming up with their food in with this particular area itself. With They started giving the specific crockery for the same as well. They used to put all those things in the specific jars, and they were takeaway jars. They were simple, but Uncle Jack's was written on it, and all the information was given on it. So that particular organization really had a leadership in that particular market for a good amount of time. Reason nobody else was doing it. Till the time nobody else was doing that, then there were jar cakes. The cakes were put in that particular jar in the specific series. Then at the same time, the food was very interesting because it was all westernized. It was more or less American food, which was with a little thing in terms of India as well, because ultimately we have to add that. But McDonald's survived in our country because of this. You have to bring something new in the market until the time you have that newness and nobody else can afford that newness. That is where you rule the market. That is the duration of exclusivity. Okay, so in this case the answer number one is the duration of exclusivity. But this is not answer number one actually. This is question number third or fourth, you know. You really need to come up with all these ideas when it comes to learning the ABFM. ABFM is not something theoretical. Trust me on that note. It is such a practical type of area, na, in terms of the specific organization. If I tell you, the IIBF has literally beautifully formed this particular examination. It has pure theory part. The first six chapters are effortless for anybody who has done management, who has done MBA. It is an effortless area. कुछ मेहनत ही नहीं करनी उसमें. The basic portion where everybody has to work, including the ones who are from the finance background. Now, I am myself from the finance background, but when your syllabus came, even I had to sit down and study what exactly was giving, because there are many chapters which are not a part of CA, which are not a part of CS. They were a part of CMA. CMA is Cost and Management Accountant. So they took up things from their module. They had taken up topics from the module of CA final. So when we talk about the way they are creating their examination, it's obvious you'll be baffled कि अरे what to do about it. But correlate things. Do not grab, and rectification should not be the approach, because till what time your rectification can happen? After a certain period of time, you will be so stressed out with the entire information that you will be putting up in your mind. In the area of management module, you will find a particular term called information explosion. Put so much of information and it's not solved in a proper manner, it will cause this issue, right? चलिए. I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and look at the question now. And then comes, what is the potential challenge in terms of estimating the value of the copyrights and the trademarks? That's the next question. The unpredictability of the market demand, the absence of terminal value in most cases, then physical wear and tear of the assets. Copyrights and trademarks do not have a physical wear and tear. Then the level of competition in the industry. With the answer of this, Irana, see, when we talk about trademarks, copyrights, they're intangible assets. They have a specific life for which you will take that particular right from the market. Now, so that right is only for a specific period. So when it is only for that specific period, what will happen? After that particular period, it's just expiring. There is no terminal value that you'll be getting, isn't it? There's the absence of the terminal value in most of the cases. You will not find any specific terminal value. The terminal value or the scrap value is of cars. It is of the machinery. You will get something out of the scrap metal. But what will you get out of this? Just mere papers. You have just got it right and you paid for that. That is something which you will find that this is missing in this area. Okay, why is it challenging to assign a monetary value to intangible assets despite their significant value? Why can't we give that a monetary value? But in terms of, if you go back to the AS now, in accounting standard 26, that is related to the area of accounting standards which are given in India, they call this as a non-monetary thing, which is currently taken into the monetary value. Intangible assets do not generate any cash flow. They do, because we have goodwill, we have trademark, we have copyright. Uh, if I wear Adidas, why is Adidas and Adidas Originals having a difference in price? Think about it. Nike and all these good brands are totally different from other brands. They are capable of generating money for the business, and they generate good amount of money. Intangible assets are not subjected to valuation. Why? They are subjected to valuation. Companies are charging good amount of money because they make a good name in the market, and that's why they say it's time to encash that particular name. So it is subjected to valuation. Intangible assets are only subjected to assets are only have subjective value, which they could, but they do have a value. Intangible assets enable firms to charge higher prices, but their value is difficult to quantify. Now, that makes the answer. In terms of the entire area, you will find you go and buy a normal sportswear. Okay? If I go and buy a specific dress, right? Let's take it that way. I can buy a specific dress from a non-branded area, and maybe it would cost us 100, 200 even. If I go to Delhi and all those areas where you will find all these garments, then garment factories and all, it would cost cheap. But when it comes to, when you put up the tags, if I buy something which is related to the Adidas, Nike, if I if I buy a normal watch and then I buy Rolex, What's the difference? This is the difference. Intangible assets, they have a goodwill in the market and for which they charge a higher price because they made a mark in the market and they tell people ki we stand somewhere. You know? Actually, everybody who's there in the class, I request you all, please go ahead and like this particular session and share it among your peers. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet. Okay. Next point, everyone. What does the discounted cash flow valuation approach entail when valuing intangible asset? Discounted cash flow valuation game, capital advertising expenses, discounting anticipated increase in cash flows, comparing market values of different companies, and the next point is the assessing of physical conditions. Everybody, what's going to be the answer? What does the discounted cash flow valuation entail? Discounted cash flow valuation does only one specific thing. What they do is, if you know what is the value which is going to come up in the near future, if for the first year it is 10,000, for the second year moves to, so first year it is 10,000, second year it is 20,000, third year it is 30,000. This is not the absolute figure that you will be getting. You will have to do the discounting factor and then you will make the mark. So then in this case, this is discounting anticipated increase in the cash flows because you will have to eliminate the part of discount which is included in it. Acha, what is the significant difference between the types of cash flows produced by the investments in real estate and financial markets? Real estate investments have limited lifespan. Financial assets are more volatile. Real estate investments are not affected by economic conditions or financial assets have infinite life. What's going to be the answer? Significant difference between type of cash flows in real estate and financial markets. Financial markets are somewhat, they do not, financial assets are actually, real estate investments have limited lifespan. No, they don't. If I really have to be very clear about that part, real estate investments have limited lifespans. Uh, yeah, वैसे तो we can take it that way, but I still feel in this case we can also have the answer of the financial assets are more volatile. They are more volatile. Real estate is normally stable and it is normally increasing until or unless there is some blunder happen. Otherwise, it is always stable. Real estate investments are not affected. They are badly affected. During the COVID, they were badly affected. Financial assets have an infinite life. They just don't. Every company has an expiry date. You know that means in this case, C and D are definitely out of it. Then we are left with the B, A and B. Real estate investments have a limited lifespan. Acha, when we talk about real estate, if I think about buying a particular house, then that is for rental purpose. But then yes, after a certain period of time, that house will also become in a poor shape as it is in use. And I think over the period of 30, 40 years, I would say, then we would need a renovation of that particular entire house altogether. So I would go for this. The correct answer to this area is A only. Okay, last question for the day, everyone. Why might the terminal value of the building in real estate be less than its current value? Buildings typically appreciate in value over time, they actually depreciate. The anticipated increase in the cash flows may not continue indefinitely. Uh, the land component of the building has an endless life. I think that is the correct point as well. Then the value of the building decreases as it's used. I think there is only one point which actually stands there. That is point number D, everyone. Okay. It's actually preparing multiple questions, so please avoid this particular serial number. The answer is D. You are using a specific place, and obviously it gets older. So once it's getting older, then the value of that particular building will definitely decrease. Done, everybody. So that's it for the day. Before I end my session, okay, let me show you again. Our sale is live. For that particular purpose, what you can do is go to our website, that is www.adda247.com. Here you can take up the Mahapack 2.0, where we have multiple things. That means we have our online live classes. You have the recorded of all the previous batches that I've already done with in 2023, because ultimately we were done with good number of batches there, you know. So you have the recordings of the same as well. You have new classes, you have test series, you have got the era of ebooks, right? And along with this, you also get our mini marathons and maha marathons. And at the same time, we also conduct on and off many doubt classes as well. And our, as such, our software is very user friendly, where you won't have a problem. In case you have any doubts, you can definitely ask it right now in the class itself, or in the comment section you can write down and interact with us. So that depends upon you how comfortable you are in terms of the classes. And Mahapack is available for 1 year, everyone. Use the code Y541, get it 80% discount. It would cost you around 6,700 something, because if you are using app, then you can use the coins and buy it for 6823.95. So please go ahead and check it out on our website, on our app, for further details. And prepare well for the exam, everyone. CIB is approaching, new year has started, and in June we'll be having our exam. 5 more months to go. Actually, four. Eliminate the month of June altogether. And I think you should also remove the month of March and a part of April as well, when you were totally involved and engrossed in the audit and the closure. So think about your timing properly and maintain that particular consistency for every single day. So I'll be meeting you in the next class. Thank you so much for being there.